My name is Blake Romney, and this is my demo reel of play-by-play broadcasting. All of the following segments were live on air with the Orem Owls, the Pioneer League affiliate of the Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim.
And Decker now has a chance to be the hero.
Yeah, not many other people in the lineup right now you'd rather have up to the Owls. And what an unbelievable take by Cole Calhoun in that situation, having swung at 4 or 5 pitches in a row.
Swung on, hit hard to right field. Will it stay fair? It is a fair grand slam walk-off for Brandon Decker as he just goes yard gonzo over the right field fence on the first pitch he sees. And the Owls take this thing.
Unbelievable.
Oh my gosh. 10-6, the Owls win.
The first pitch that Decker sees from Wilson, and that ball was so far gone, that might have been the farthest home run hit this season for the Owls. That ball was killed. Everybody knew it was over the fence off the bat. The question was whether it was fair or foul, and it ended up being fair by a long ways. Final 10-6.
Jeez,
no extra innings tonight.
Are you kidding me?
Thank you, Brandon Decker.
Are you kidding me? As Decker has now hit 3 home runs in the past 2 games, and obviously the crowd here goes crazy after that one.
Oh, unbelievable.
Here's the 0-1 swung on, hit high and hard to right center field. The center fielder drifting back, looking up.
Oh, wow.
Solo home run for Rolando Gomez, his 4th on the year, and with that 5'7" frame, he has got some power. And here's the payoff pitch. Swung on and slapped into left field. Will it stay fair? It looks like it will. We'll get down for a base hit. Cole Calhoun's going to come around to score. Nick Farnsworth is on the horse and will be in there sliding an RBI double for Nick Farnsworth. And now the score is 3-2 here in the top of the 9th inning. Here's the 1-1, swung on, hit to the right side of the infield. It's going to get past a diving second baseman. They're going to wave Rife around, and he's going to score. The Owls are going to take the lead thanks to a leadoff walk and then an RBI single by Brandon Decker. Welcome back, Owls fans. The score is 0-0 here in the top of the 2nd inning on the Orem Owls Radio Network. I'm Blake Romney, and joined in the booth by last night's starting pitcher, Aaron Tulo. Aaron, how you doing?
How you doing, Blake?
Good. Hey, it's good to join us. Good. Thanks for joining us. It's good to have you, is what I meant to say. And this is your first time on the Blake Romney Show.
It is. It's my first time, and I'm happy to be here.
I just made up the title of the show because I really don't have a title of the show, so I just make stuff up.
That's pretty good.
Every single time it's different. Just FYI. So I might introduce us again and say something else. Just keep you on your toes a little bit.
All right.
Cole Calhoun is the batter, takes a ball 1 outside. The Owls went down in order 1-2-3 in the top of the 1st. And looking to change that here in the top of the 2nd. First pitch swung on, hit hard down the line, but just foul, and bounces out of play. Has Cole Calhoun just a little bit out in front of that one, and the count now even, 1-1. So last night, pitched a pretty decent game.
Thank you. Yeah, I felt good. I got ahead of batters and, just threw strikes and things worked out for me. So.
Next pitch is swung on and fouled back out of play, and the count moves 1-2. And last night was one of those games where it seemed like if one run came around to score, that was going to be the winner, as both teams pitched absolutely incredible. And that was the end result. One team scored 1 run, and that was all they needed, as both pitching staffs were absolutely phenomenal.
Yeah, it's definitely tough when you don't get a lot of run support, but yes, it was a pitcher's battle, and definitely a great pitch game from both ends.
The 1-2 misses high. Now the count is even at 2. Calhoun, second in the Pioneer League with 35 walks. This one is chopped into the dugout of the Orem Owls, and the count is even at 2-2. It's a cool evening here in Montana.
Yeah, it's kind of chilly out. I had to wear 2 jackets.
Yeah, and especially with a lot of Florida boys, and me myself being from Texas, I'm not used to 60-degree weather in August.
Yeah, definitely. Coming from Florida, I was, that 90-degree heat and humidity, definitely different climate change for sure.
59 degrees here in Billings, Montana, and the wind is kind of gusty, kind of swirling as the 2-2 is fouled back. Gerson looks in, and here's the delivery. Swung on, foul, tipped back into the catcher's glove, and Calhoun is struck out for the first out here in the second inning. Calhoun has been a little frustrated. Has quite a few Ks now, struck out 2 times in yesterday's game and has 1 strikeout here in tonight's game. And with that, that'll bring up Nick Farnsworth, who's hitting .259 on the year, as Gerson delivers the first pitch, swung on and missed, and the count 0-1. Yeah, and you can see a lot of these guys are at least wearing 3/4 sleeves, if not full sleeves. And, I mean, that's just wild.
Yeah.
The 0-1 is going to miss just outside. Even the count at 1 with 1 out, nobody on here in the top of the second inning, and the score is tied up 0-0. Supposed to get down to, I believe, 50 degrees tonight.
Wow.
Yeah, it's absolutely crazy. Here's the 1-1. Swung on and fouled back. The count moves 1-2 with 1 out. And nobody on. Only 1 base hit thus far here in the game. That was in the bottom of the first by Yorman Rodriguez. So Farnsworth has a 1-2 count with 1 out. As Gerson will look in now. Comes set. Here's the pitch. Misses way outside and evens the count at 2. And you were just recently picked up.
Yes, I was.
Out of University of Tennessee?
University of Tennessee. I played 2 years there. Transferred from St. Petersburg Junior College. And really enjoyed it out there in Tennessee. It was...
Strike 3 called on the outside plate, a breaking ball that gets Farnsworth. And Gerson already has 3 strikeouts on the evening. Go ahead.
Yeah, and playing in the SEC was a great experience, and I really enjoyed it out there in Tennessee. It was definitely a climate change up there too.
Yeah. First pitch is swung on, and wouldn't you know it, another broken bat by Thomas Nichols, who seems to break 2 a day. He goes through more bats than I think anyone I've ever seen in my entire life. As this one was hit right off the end of the bat, and pieces went flying, and he'll go back and get a new bat. He single-handedly has probably gone through like 8 boxes of bats.
Jeez.
Yeah. And I heard that one of the main reasons why people started to look at you and were interested in you was based off a couple bullpen sessions. Is that right?
Yeah, in the beginning of the summer, I threw a bullpen for Kochman, and my arm wasn't really where I wanted it to be, and sure enough, I got a call, and here I am.
Here's the 0-2. It's going to miss down and in, and the count runs 1-2 to Thomas Nichols. Yeah, that's that is interesting, and I was thinking about other sports where people can just kind of not necessarily have open tryouts, but almost to that extent, just come and show you kind of what you can do. As this one is swung on, fouled back, and the count remains 1-2 with 2 outs, nobody on. Here in the top of the second. And there aren't very many other sports out there where you can basically say, hey, let me show you what I have, and then, hey, by the way, sign me, I want a professional contract.
Yeah, you're right. Baseball is definitely always needing pitchers, and I was just lucky and fortunate to get the chance.
Strike 3 called on the outside part of the plate to Thomas Nichols as Gerson retires the side on strikeouts. And don't go away, we'll be back for the bottom of the second. Owls and Mustangs all tied up at 0 here on the Orem Owls Radio Network. Good evening, House fans, and welcome to tonight's broadcast as your Orem Owls get set to take on the Billings Mustangs here at Dealer Park in beautiful Billings, Montana. A very cloudy and cold and windy evening here in Montana. The radar shows a big storm coming. It looks like it could rain at any minute now. The wind is kind of swirling, coming in from left to right, from left field in. At moment, coming in from center field. At other moments, it's blowing out to right field. So the wind will swirl quite a bit. But, hey, it's baseball. So we'll continue to play no matter what. It rained a little bit on us during batting practice, and we thought for a moment we might get rained out. But here we are as both managers come out and have a meeting with both umpires, as they normally do, before we get set. I'm Blake Romney here on the Orem Owls Radio Network. Thanks for joining us tonight. We will have a couple of guests on the radio tonight. Of course, like we usually do, we will have last night's starting pitcher, Aaron Tulo, will be joining us. And then we will have a special segment called Farewell to the Intern, where Taylor Allward will come and we will wish him a good bon voyage, wish him and bid him a good farewell as he is traveling from Washington to, I believe it's Minnesota, where he goes to school, and making a trip across the country, and graced us with his presence as he's stopping by in Billings on his way. So we'll talk to him a little bit later, get all the details as far as how that trip's going, what his plans are for the next couple of months, and if we'll ever hear him again on this radio station. So we'll give you all the updates as far as that goes. The Owls coming to tonight. A very interesting place in the season. They've dropped their last four, have not won a game yet on the road trip. And while that might sound very bad, you know, it's hard to blame kind of what's happened. The Owls have lost 3 of the last 4 by 1 run or less, 2 of them being walk-offs. And last night, their pitchers only gave up 3 hits, but lost last night's game by 1 run. It was a couple of walks that did do us in. In the 6th inning, they got 1 run thanks to a Yorman Rodriguez RBI single that scored Jeffrey Sierra, who got on after a walk. And I don't know, it's hard to blame any one person. And if you want to point the finger at somebody who's to blame, I don't know if I can, and I don't know if I really want to at this point, because the Owls have been playing great baseball. And even on this road trip, have been playing great baseball. They've just been unlucky, and that happens sometimes. Unfortunately, they've been unlucky a lot. And while they've struggled a little bit at the plate, they're only hitting .213 on this road trip. They usually hit .262 on the road. At home, they're hitting .274. So definitely batting average is down. They still are getting hits. They still are doing what they're trying to do. They're being aggressive on the base path. While 2 guys were thrown out yesterday trying to steal. I mean, it's good that you see guys trying to steal. It's good that you see guys being aggressive. That aggression got us to this point in the season. That aggression got us to second place in the Southern Division. We have lost 4 in a row, and now we will be facing the Billings Mustangs, who after last night's win have now had a 3-game winning streak, and we'll see what happens. So we're going to take a quick break as the Owls and the Mustangs come out for the national anthem. Don't go away. We'll be back here on the Orem Owls Radio Network.
Thanks for your time and consideration. You can contact me by email at bwromney@yahoo.com.